Fyodor Dostoevsky has a famous quote: "Dumb people think that intelligent people are living great, and intelligent people think ignorance is bliss." And that's proof that the human condition will never be satisfied no matter the state that it's in.
Preach. Grass is green on the other side. No matter what you have, no matter who you are, you're always gonna think, oh, what I'm missing. That's the key to happiness. I'm missing something. Yesterday, I woke up. It's like 7 a.m. We wake up really early because of the sun. I love summer. No matter how hot it gets out there, listen, it's hotter than the Sahara Desert right now, but no matter how hot it gets, I will always rather this over winter. Always. I woke up yesterday 7 a.m. and I took my notebook. I wrote down the words, "You have what you need. All you're missing is gratitude." And I swear to God, my day was like 18% better because of that.
How'd you get the number 8?
Just speculation, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to sleep a bit earlier, ate a little better, my workout was a little better, you know what I'm saying? It was a decent day.
Do you think you need to be rich to end your life on a high note?
It's a brilliant fucking question. I would say no. If I propelled the human species forward in any way I can, or via building schools or charities or like adding knowledge or whatever, or new discoveries, I'll die happy, man. I don't think you need to be rich to do that. What about you? Do you need to die rich to die happy? What do you think?
Honestly, a big part of my upbringing
Yeah.
was the fact that we were trying to get out of a situation that we didn't want to be in.
Yeah.
I've almost ingrained it into my being that the only moniker of positive progression is higher income.
Yeah.
Personally, as Mark, if I only had to care about myself, only myself, I would actually be okay with a house, eat my favorite food, smoke my favorite weed. But the truth is, my existence is part of a giant, bigger network. My family is the wife, my kids. Me being okay with my position may inadvertently have an effect on the people I care about that may not necessarily be a positive thing.
Let's think about you being one of the, put yourself in one of your family members' shoes, looking at you and what they expect of you. And somebody said this exact same thing to me. What he said. And I was like, now, if I had a son, obviously I would appreciate if they were like financially successful and helped me out a little bit. But I'd be even more proud of them if they achieved some of the goals that I want to achieve that don't have anything to do with finances. They made some kind of remarkable discovery. They produced art that changed people's lives, you know what I mean? I'll be proud of myself if they did that, you know what I mean? So the argument keeps on just like
going into this weird loop because even all of those things you just described always end up with more money.
That's not the sole factor though.
Yeah, that's
so
not
we have like people like, okay, artists that don't make that much money. Like if I saw somebody producing work that was changing lives but wasn't financially successful.
Your kid worked for the UN and he was taking care of African kids.
That's what I'm saying. If you're the type of person who's not that concerned with finances and you have just enough to take care of the people around you, I think the people around you are going to be more proud of you anyway if you do something more impactful long term.
Unfortunately, a majority of my family look at me, whether it's conscious or not, as the individual who's going to help alleviate a large like
the stresses.
They have that perception of me. And so because they drilled it into me since I was a kid, I subconsciously link my value to my family with the amount of money I make. My value to my friends, my value to my future wife. I haven't yet met a 50-year-old man making 40 bags and tells me, bro, I was making $1 million and I let that shit go because I was happier down here. If you exist in the world, please send me a DM. Let's have a real conversation.
I had a manager. I think he's working for like Goldman Sachs, making like 6 figures in it. But then he quit that. I was like, why? He's like, bro, all I was doing at the end of the day was making $1 billion and more billions. He said that word for word. There's a study. I'm gonna have to find a study. But does money equal happiness to a certain point? At a certain point, it becomes diminishing returns. Once you have enough to like cover all the biological imperatives to a comfortable degree, what do I mean by that? You have good food, education, you live in a decent area where there's not too much crime, you feel safe. The amount of money you need for that, you need about, what, 80K for that?
A white picket fence life.
Comfy, to be cozy.
Joint household.
Yeah.
It's 70, 80.
Point is, once you hit that certain figure where you're comfortable, you can eat proper, you can live proper, any more money than that is just diminishing returns.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
It's not going to make it any happier, it's not going to make it any more fulfilled. After that, you want to focus on other variables, you know what I'm saying? Your family, the art you produce or consume, relationships, your health, your physical well-being. At a certain point, money can be argued to be like a binary check. You tick it off or on, and then
I guess, but like, I ask myself the question of like, as somebody who at the end of the day, and I think a lot of people can relate to the fact, like, we've already accepted that we don't want to die poor. I'm in a great mental place right now. Well, a better mental place than I've been for quite a long time. And I think to myself, if I got the offer of making the money that will change my entire family and friends' perception and their life, right?
Yeah.
If I could pay for my friends to go on private jets and live great lives at the expense of my mental health. If somebody came and gave me like the binary choice to have that lifestyle with chronic anxiety, at the side piece, you know what I mean? Would I press that button? Would I like go, yeah, fuck it?
Would you?
Much as I want to say no, I love my like mind. Part of me is like, probably worth it. What makes a billionaire want another billion? It's not some deep human love for the world. The truth is, I think it's a mental illness, bro. It's like a chronic need to push what you're doing to just an insane boundary. Because if you have a billion, you never have to work again, bro. Put that in the S&P 500, you're making 200 million without lifting a finger every year. And you're just coasting. Why isn't Elon Musk just a stoner in some house? You could afford to do it.
Stagnation means destruction. When you're on a treadmill and you're running for like half an hour, 40 minutes, it becomes harder to stop than to keep going.
Yeah.
Understand? Inertia, momentum. In physics, this is the case as well. For something to stay moving at a constant rate, its force needs to stay constant, innit?
Yeah,
For it to stop, you need to apply a force.
You need to apply for it.
Remember, physics, remember that. That's a beautiful metaphor for life, innit? For you to keep going is actually easy. When you're warm, you go in the groove. For us now, it's easier to keep on producing these videos, regardless of how many views we get, than it's to stop.
Do you know Charlie Munger? So everybody knows Bill Gates. Charlie Munger was his best friend.
That's the nigga that died, right?
That's the brother that was really making the money, like the real money.
Yeah,
was not the face, it was the real brain behind it. That nigga died at 80, 90 something. Couple 100 billion up.
Yeah.
Never
100 billion, bro.
100 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Couple 100 billion. As in his billions are in the hundreds. And he never stopped, bro. As in he drove himself into the ground. Because he was always working, people assumed he was young. Bro, remember, my nan is younger than Warren Buffett, bro. Charlie Munger was Warren Buffett's best friend. These men are old, bro. But they just never stop. And I always just wonder, what is the driving force? Because that's not a normal human thing that you just have in the morning. That's something that chronically keeps you up at night. To push up the share price and produce value. That's what they call it in the industry. Would I press that button? Would you press that button, bro? If you knew that at the expense of your mental health, everyone's gonna be taking care of your nan, your mom, your kids, your best friends. If they told you press that fucking button,
exact same answer as you. No,
if you say no, it's a selfish answer.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of them ones you don't know. You just don't know how to answer until you actually put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Do I not deserve peace as well?
That's a real question. That's a real question.
You know what I'm saying? Do I not deserve peace? Yo, what do you think your family would do though? Would they be like, yo, press that fucking button, save our souls, innit?
Funny.
You know what I'm saying? What would your family do?
I don't doubt for one second that they'll tell me to push it. If I didn't push that button, everyone would fall out with me. The only person I believe who wouldn't is my fucking little brother.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame. And I feel like my family would look at me kind of different too. It's like, if I see my brother and he's put in that situation where you press this button, and if you don't press it,
everyone's living the life they live now.
I'll be like, no, bro. Don't press it. Think about you looking at your brother or somebody else doing it in your family. What would you think though? I feel like we can get caught up in this own little like our own little main character syndrome loophole. You have to remember, like, if the point of view you would have on somebody else in a situation is very similar to the point of view they'd have on you in a situation. Interesting,
because that drives me to the thought of, I have this true belief that the reason I'm so money orientated, because I don't want that pressure on my little brother. Even to you guys, like, honestly, put your answer in the comments. Like, what would you press that button?
It's hard to say no. It's hard to say yes.
Honestly, I wouldn't want that for my sibling, bro. Yeah. If my sibling was in that situation, I would say, bro, don't press it, I'll press it instead. That's the mental pressure I put on myself. I need to do this so that nobody else has to worry about it.
I think that feeling is kind of like mutual across everybody, right?
Back to the question I was going to ask you. You said, don't I deserve happiness? Don't I deserve peace? And I ask you, do you truly believe you do? Do you truly believe you are deserving of that peace if you didn't press that button? Because that's you definitively saying.
Yeah, because that's you definitively saying that, oh shit, like you guys are actually that important. And all of a sudden now, because you have that point of view, you're going to look at yourself kind of differently. Like, oh shit, maybe I should press that button. You live the rest of your life thinking to yourself, press that button. It's like a lose-lose situation, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought experiment. Yeah.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, I think I'm just a speck of dust in the wind. So if
you could say that, but from your point of view, the universe, it doesn't revolve around you, and you are indeed a speck of dust in the wind, but from your point of view, no matter how many times you reiterate that sentiment, that's not going to be the case.
No, it's not going to be the case, because obviously I'm a human, and I primitively have like self-interest at heart. Reason I like grind for money, because honestly, bro, if I could just bun every day, play games, lock myself away and eat food I want to eat.
But in that universe where you're not doing shit, you're just like playing video games, you're eating shit, you wouldn't be that happy.
Probably not.
You wouldn't be that happy.
Probably not.
The male experience especially is like one of conquest in it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
the strife about.
What's the drive for my conquest now? Drive for my conquest isn't like for my own intrinsic happiness. My conquest isn't for my own happiness. Like me grinding for this like bread and like this image. It's for everyone else. Like, let me be real, because I want everyone else to leave me alone. But also, this is the truth.
But there's also a feeling of achievement and dopaminergic reward in this drive of conquest itself, in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. But for me, in my mind, that the reason I go to the gym every day isn't because I want to feel healthy. Yeah. Truth is, I know that if I'm wham and nobody questions my physical well-being, I can get the girl I want. And nobody will look down on man.
Also, because subconsciously it makes you feel better. Because again, somebody could say it's that feeling of achievement or the physiological impact it has on your well-being.
There's this physiological, but I'm talking about the conscious drive. Me up in the morning.
That conscious drive is also just the manifestation of subconscious feelings, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that's just you attaching a label to it.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't attach labels to nothing. Bitches taught me that. Shout out Forecast. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yo, listen. I'm going to reiterate this. I'm going to keep saying this, yeah. We are on the rise. Nobody is doing what we're going to do. You understand? If you're here already, you're in the right place at the right time. Subscribe.
Shout out to the human condition.
Yallah.